Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're exploring some really profound questions about existence, about purpose, all through the lens of Islamic scholarship.
Mm.
Our main source is a document, Insan Wajood, Maqsad, which translates to the purpose of human existence.
Right.
And we're also looking at these, well, quite extensive book catalogs from two major Islamic organizations, Markazi Anjuman Qudam ul Quran Lahore and Minhaj Books.
Yeah, a lot of material. Our goal today really is to kind of pull out the core insights from all this.
Okay.
We'll be digging into the divine purpose behind why everything was created, this idea of absolute divine will,
Which is a big one.
a huge one, and how these, fundamental beliefs are then detailed out across this massive range of Islamic knowledge. You should expect some real aha moments, I think.
Looking forward to it. So let's start with Insan ke Wajud ka Maqsad. It jumps right in, doesn't it? Why are we here?
It really does. The basic principle laid out is that Allah created jinn, the spiritual beings and humans for one reason, to worship him.
We worship.
And that specific purpose ties into a broader one, Allah creating existence itself, so his signs could be known for. It's the foundation for everything else discussed.
Got it. Then the source says something, well, pretty absolute. Whatever Allah wills will occur, whether in the heavens, earth, mountains, oceans, nothing can happen without his will.
Oh.
That's quite a statement. How does it unpack that?
Well, it uses the phrase Masha Allahu Khan,
Yeah.
meaning essentially what Allah wills happens, full stop.
Wow.
And it emphasizes nakamina zidatina agna piche, basically. No less, no more, nothing before, nothing after what he wills.
So, total control.
Total control. It covers everything. Stars, planets, the deepest seas. It's really a declaration that Allah is the one and only creator, the ultimate controller. It even says no one has any power except what Allah gives them.
That has huge implications. The text uses phrases like Yafalullahu ma yasha, he does what he wills. Yadi man yasha, he guides whom he wills. But then also, well, yudilu man yasha, he misguides whom he wills.
Yes, that contrast is important.
And it continues with forgiveness and punishment too. Yakfiru liman yasha, he forgives who he wills. And wayawazibu man yasha, he punishes whom he wills. From the viewpoint of this document, what does this absolute power mean for you, the listener, trying to understand life?
It really points to complete divine sovereignty. The source sums it up powerfully. Allah jachahe karde. Allah can do whatever he wants. Like raising the poor up to become kings or bringing kings down to nothing, giving fame, taking it away. It underlines that all power, all status, everything we have ultimately comes only from him. That has to shape how you see your place in the world, right?
Absolutely. And this idea of divine will, it then leads into what the source calls the law of this universe.
Yes.
It quotes, "Iniza tutiaturo adit wa izaratedo baraktu olaisoli barakatiniaya." Can you translate that for us?
Sure. It means, if you obey me, I will be pleased, and when I am pleased, I will open the doors of blessings, and there is no end to my blessings.
So direct connection there.
A very direct correlation, according to this source. Obey, and you get divine pleasure, endless blessings. Disobey.
Then what?
Then divine displeasure. Curses, even. And it warns these curses can last 7 generations.
Wow, 7 generations.
Yeah. And crucially, it insists this divine law, this cause and effect, can't be changed by anything human, not atomic power, not scientists, not wars. Nothing overrides it.
The document uses examples to make this really concrete, doesn't it? Like the Dangi Kondak, the Battle of the Trench.
Oh, that's a powerful one.
Food for just 10 people ends up feeding 1,000.
Miraculously, yes.
Yeah.
And the pot and the dough, they stayed full after the prophet's blessing. It's presented as a perfect example of walaysa li barakati nihaya, no end to his blessings when there's obedience.
A clear illustration.
Definitely. And then there's the flip side, the stark example of Prophet Noah As and the flood.
After preaching for, what, 950 years?
950 years, yes, to people who just wouldn't listen. Finally, he prays for judgment.
And then that heart-wrenching scene with his son.
Right. His own son refuses to get on the ark. He says, Main pahad parcha jonga, bakaranga, I'll climb a mountain, I'll be saved.
He thought he could save himself.
Exactly. He had a plan, he had conviction, but the floodwaters came and he drowned right before Noah's eyes.
Such a powerful story. And the source connects this directly to today.
It does. It draws a parallel to what it calls today's disobedient people, those who trust in their Loheke-gar, iron houses, their Z-plus security, bulletproof glass, weapons.
Right. All the modern forms of protection.
Yeah, security guards, atomic bombs, missiles, dollars, pounds, all of it. The point being made is that none of these worldly things matter against Allah's will.
So the conclusion is?
It's very direct. Farma bardari part kamiyabi nafarmani pa halakata. Success comes through obedience, destruction through disobedience. That's presented as the unchanging reality.
Okay, so we've explored these really core ideas, divine will, the law of obedience, these powerful examples. But these are, foundational truths. How do they actually get applied? How do they form a complete way of life?
That's where the other sources, the book catalogs, really come in. They show how these principles aren't just abstract ideas. They're fleshed out across this incredible range of scholarly work, offering practical guidance.
So moving beyond the why to the how.
Exactly. Take the Markazi Anjuman Kudam ul Quran Lahore. Founded by Dr. Israr Ahmad back in '72, its whole mission is calling people back to the Quran.
And their books reflect that.
Completely. Their categories show it. Tafsir, or commentary on specific Quranic chapters like Al-Fatiha, Al-Baqarah. Then books like Quran Hakim or Hamari Zindagi, The Quran and Our Life. It covers prophetic traditions, the nature of religion, the Islamic way of life itself. It's all about integration.
Making the Quran practical.
Precisely. And then you have the Minhaj Books collection, which is vast, mostly works by Shaykhul Islam, Dr. Muhammad Tayyir Quadri.
Right, I've seen that catalog. It's huge. From a Quranic encyclopedia to deep dives on the Prophet's life, what strikes you most about its scope?
What's really striking, I think, is how these libraries, like Minhaj, they don't just repeat the core purpose. They give you incredibly detailed, specific guidance on how to actually live according to that purpose.
Okay.
So, yes, you have foundational Quranic studies like the Irfanul Quran translation, the multi-volume Tafsir Minhaj al-Quran, that huge 8-volume Quranic encyclopedia.
Amazing resource.
Truly.
Yeah.
And detailed hadith collections like Al-Minhaj al-Sawi. But then it branches out. There's a massive 10-volume series just on the Prophet's life, his seerah.
Volumes.
Yeah, covering his childhood, migration, battles, miracles, his character. Understanding him is key to applying the principles, right? There are even specific books on things like celebrating the Prophet's birthday, Milad al-Nabi.
So it gets very specific.
Very specific. And it goes into the science of faith and belief. Arkani Iman, pillars of faith. Kitab al-Tawhid on divine oneness. Concepts like intercession, knowledge of the unseen.
Complex topic.
Deep dives. And it even tackles tricky subjects like bid'ah, or innovation in religion, offering analysis on what's considered authentic versus later additions.
Interesting. What about morality, spirituality?
Oh, definitely. Books on good deeds. Husni Amal, repentance, Taba wa Istifar, the reality of Sufism, Hakikat Tasawwuf. Practical guides to spiritual practice. It's all there.
It really does sound comprehensive.
It is. And maybe most relevant for, today's world, it extends into social, economic, and political systems.
Like what?
Well, the Islamic economic system, the status of women, even constitutional analysis like looking at the Charter of Medina and its protections for non-Muslims.
So real-world application.
Absolutely. And significantly, there's a major focus on peace and counterterrorism.
That seems crucial now.
Incredibly. There's a famous, very comprehensive historical edict, a fatwa on terrorism and the Khawarij ideology. Books like Islam is a religion of peace and mercy. They've even developed national peace curricula for schools, universities, different groups. And overarching works on human rights in Islam, plus specific books on the rights of parents, women, children, minorities, the elderly.
Okay, it's undeniable. These sources aren't just theory. They seem to offer a complete practical framework for living, grounded in that core purpose we discussed, a very developed system.
Exactly. So pulling it all together, this deep dive, I think, shows that this profound purpose existing to worship and know Allah is directly tied to understanding and following His will, His law of obedience. That's where the blessings are found, according to these sources.
Yeah.
And the sheer breadth of scholarship we see in these catalogs, it provides incredibly detailed roadmaps covering theology, ethics, social structures, even tackling modern issues like terrorism, all geared towards helping people achieve that ultimate purpose.
So this exploration gives you, the listener, a real shortcut to understanding these foundational ideas in Islam. Hopefully it's more than just, information. It's maybe an invitation to think about how these principles might connect with your own views on purpose, on what makes a society flourish.
Which leads to a final thought to leave you with. Given just how detailed and comprehensive the guidance is within these sources we've touched on, what might happen if there was a renewed focus on these core principles? How could that impact our collective understanding of purpose and maybe societal well-being in the complex world we live in today?